Lumos.
Greetings, LEGO fans, and welcome to Retro LEGO, where we revisit and rank the sets in beloved LEGO themes from the past. Today, we cross the barrier to the wizarding world and look back at LEGO's very first Harry Potter sets. Released in 2001 and early 2002, the original Sorcerer's Stone wave produced 14 sets and was an absolute wealth of childlike charm and impressive innovation. I was 11 years old when these came out, and seeing my favorite books translated into LEGO form was a dream come true. So grab your wand and your spell books, and let's take the journey to Hogwarts. At number 14, we have the smallest set of the wave, number 4711, Flying Lesson. Originally retailing for just $4 US, the scene depicted here is Harry's first flight on a broomstick. There are two minifigures included. The first is Harry Potter himself, donning his Hogwarts robe with the Gryffindor colors and seal. This variant of Harry is by far the most common in this wave and is executed pretty much perfectly. There's a reason that Harry's minifig design has changed the least over time, since there's just not that much to improve upon here. I have an affinity for the classic yellow heads on licensed characters, and the star-patterned cape worn by all the Hogwarts students in these early sets adds that extra dash of magic. His foil in this scene is the malevolent Draco Malfoy, bearing the Slytherin colors and insignia on his robes. His smug, almost disgusted expression is emblematic of his nasty character and works wonderfully here. His hair element is just the common male minifigure hair in tan, which works well enough, but would definitely see refinement down the line. The only build in this set is a very minimal yet functional broom cart, designed to hold the two included brooms for storage. My favorite inclusion in this set is Neville Longbottom's Rememberall, which is actually just a transparent minifigure head with some elaborate 360-degree printing. This is just one example of how adapting an existing story pushed the designers to create all sorts of new elements and prints, and the results were far ahead of their time. Coming in at number 13 is set number 4701, the Sorting Hat. Hitting shelves at $7, this set takes place during a pivotal scene in the story, employing a spinning disc that sorts students into their houses. Though I'm sure the Sorting Hat is a little less random than a game of Wheel of Fortune, this makes for a practical way to play out the scene. The one minifigure included is Harry in his generic Hogwarts robes, since this scene takes place prior to him being sorted into Gryffindor. In hindsight, it's kind of hilarious that they originally used the 4L bar pieces as wands, since at minifigure scale they read a bit more like full-blown staffs. But they had to work with what pieces they had available. Speaking of working with existing pieces, the Sorting Hat is simply the Witch's Hat from Fright Nights, while this Magic Scroll piece, also inherited from castle sets of the 90s, represents the list of students' names ready to be sorted. I don't know why, but I just love the inclusion of these pieces here, as if they're a bridge between LEGO Castle and the early Harry Potter era. The next few spots on this list go to three small vignette-style sets that took on a radically different aesthetic. 4721 Hogwarts Classrooms, 4722 Gryffindor, and 4723 Diagon Alley Shops. With all three individually selling for $10 US, Hermione Granger being featured front and center on the box art tells you everything you need to know about who the target market was for these. Each built on two separate 8x8 modules with a cardstock backdrop, they managed to pack in a lot of size and playability for a very low piece count. 4721 depicts the spare classroom containing the Mirror of Erised, along with a potions classroom. This bittersweet stickered mirror pane gives us a rare glimpse at the minifigure forms of Lily and James Potter, and is the only depiction of them with the classic yellow heads. The potions class section includes a plethora of colorful accessories, along with this rare stickered chalkboard pane. The one minifig included is the standard Harry, but this time with a blue cape representing the invisibility cloak. The cardstock backdrop really does aid in giving this set a grander scale, while not raising the price too much. 4722 is one of the few depictions we get of the Gryffindor common room and dormitories. The first module is the common room with the famous portrait of the fat lady guarding the door. Her half minifigurized form is perhaps a little uncanny for me, but it gets the job done. The next module is the dormitory. The iconic 4-poster bed features a star-patterned fabric curtain piece, which is set exclusive. If that wasn't enough, a fuzzy fabric blanket is also included for minifigs to snuggle into. The one minifigure included here is Ron Weasley in his casual attire. His appearance doesn't exactly capture Rupert Grint's on-screen portrayal, but he's pretty faithful to how I imagined him in the books. Ron's minifigure form has perhaps seen the most evolution of the main trio, but I think they had a pretty solid starting point here. Set number 4723 depicts the Diagon Alley shops, with a wide selection of merchandise ranging from potions to pets. Coming with a similarly vibrant selection of accessories, this set is one of only 3 in this first wave that takes place in a location other than Hogwarts. The minifig included here is Hermione Granger in her casual attire. Though I think the hair mold really hit the mark, the face print definitely had some improving to do. To me, she looks a bit more like an old lady than an 11-year-old girl, but hey, it was their first try. Overall, these sets are standouts for their candy-coated aesthetic and unique locations, and I commend LEGO's efforts to appeal to all the girl Harry Potter fans out there. Number 9 goes to set number 4712, Troll on the Loose. Costing $10 in early 2002, this is one of the few I never had any personal experience with as a kid, and I was definitely missing out a bit. The star of the show here is the troll itself. The exclusive mold for this character merges perfectly with a standard minifigure head to create a surprisingly accurate representation of what's on the page and on film. The other minifig included is the standard Harry we've already seen, but perhaps the most puzzling thing about this set is the minifigures it doesn't include. Ron, and particularly Hermione, seem pretty integral to this scene in the story, and their absence here seems pretty odd. Overlooking that bizarre omission, this set packs some pretty fun play features. The sink is mounted on a hinge brick that allows the troll to smash it, and another hinge brick near the ceiling sends a cascade of rocks down on the troll's head. All in all, if you throw Ron and Hermione in there, you've got yourself a solid recreation of a crucial scene in the story. Taking the number 8 spot is set number 4704, the Chamber of the Winged Keys. Originally selling for $20 US, this is currently the only set LEGO has ever released that depicts this scene from the Sorcerer's Stone. This is also the first set on the list that was designed to be integrated with the first modular Hogwarts castle system, and as such, the focus is strictly on the interior. This set's 2 sections are connected with hinge bricks, allowing for multiple configurations. In the key room, 4 titular winged keys lay dormant in the wall, waiting to spring into action when Harry picks up the broomstick. I wonder which one unlocks the door. Obviousness aside, it's hard to beat these beautiful shiny chrome keys, a finish that is sadly a relic of LEGO's past. In the background, a foreboding trans-neon green spider looms on its enormous web. This has nothing to do with the scene at hand, but we'll see more and more that the designers of these early sets weren't afraid to add their own magical touches. Once our heroes find the correct key and open this door, they enter the chess room scene. This part of the set is a tad underwhelming given that we only have a 3x3 playing surface to work with, but it does provide us with an exclusive minifigure, the Chess Queen. This calculating and menacing foe is one of a kind, with a 1x1 round brick taking the place of a standard minifigure head and a Belleville crown up top. The other minifigs included are the familiar Harry and Ron, this time donning his Hogwarts robes. This was one of my favorite sets to play with as a kid, and it still holds up pretty darn well. At number 7, we have set number 4708, the Hogwarts Express. Launching at $50, this is the first of many iterations of this iconic locomotive. Though future versions added more intricate details and improved the overall shaping, their roots can all be traced back to this pioneering set. The single passenger car included opens up to allow for playability on the interior, though it's a little bare bones inside. However, a few choice accessories including Scabbers, Hedwig, and even Dumbledore's chocolate frog card liven things up. The locomotive contains a few, frankly bizarre play features, like a projectile treasure chest and a compartment for storing a toad? Ah, that's where Trevor got off to. There are 3 minifigs included here. We're already familiar with the casual version of Ron, but we're also given a casual Harry here as well, wearing his raggedy hand-me-downs from Dudley. The version of Hermione here is set exclusive, featuring her pre-sorting generic Hogwarts robes. It's a nice touch that her minifig is all dressed and ready to go while Harry and Ron are kicking back and enjoying the ride. The included platform looks sharp and includes a revolving door that mimics the barrier to the Wizarding World. This set laid the groundwork for the many great Hogwarts Express iterations that would come after it, and for that, it holds a special place in LEGO Harry Potter history. Number 6 goes to set number 4702, The Final Challenge. Originally retailing at $10 US, this set depicts the death-defying climax of the Sorcerer's Stone. Built on top of an 8x8 brick, this small structure houses the Mirror of Erised, the key to gaining possession of the stone. This beautiful holographic sticker depicts Harry both empty-handed and clutching the stone in his hand. When the revolving door is turned, he is then rewarded with the stone itself. It's a cool gimmick that serves an important storytelling purpose. The 2 minifigures included are the standard Harry and Professor Quirrell, the ostensibly timid and fearful Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. His robes and turban, both in the retired purple color, make it feel like this character just leaped off the page. On the back of his head, the Dark Lord Voldemort himself lies in wait to bring an end to the boy who lived. This is LEGO's first double-sided head print, which has become a standard on the minifigs of today, but was a complete shocker to us kids in the early 2000s. The rest of the set features a handful of critters, including this trans-neon orange spider, which is another completely random but welcome inclusion. Despite its small size, I love this set, and it makes a great addition to the original modular Hogwarts. Coming in at number 5 is set number 4707, Hagrid's Hut. Hitting shelves at $30 US, this set is perhaps the most structurally innovative of the whole wave. 8 different wedge sections, held together by hinge bricks, neatly fold together to create a perfect octagonal shape, while a thick cardstock roof brings it all together on top with a rubber band. This is a highly unorthodox but admittedly brilliant design. Inside the hut, you'll find some tools, a cozy bookcase, a serving area with some hanging keys, and a fireplace concealing this little fella, a specially molded baby Norbert. The original sand green version is exclusive to this set, though the mold was used in a good number of other sets for years to come. The next character included is Hagrid, the keeper of the keys and grounds. His body and hair are also brand new molds that debuted with this theme, and are naturally a huge departure from standard minifig design. His oversized hands are still able to carry standard LEGO accessories, but they are unable to articulate given that they're actually part of the arm mold. Future versions made some solid refinements, but they really had a good start with this one. The last minifig included in the set is Albus Dumbledore, the headmaster of Hogwarts himself. This guy is by far my favorite minifig in this wave. Never before or since have I seen a depiction of Dumbledore that better matches my imagined version of him from reading the books. His bright purple robes and elaborate torso and leg printing, along with his trademark half-moon spectacles, perfectly balance the wisdom and whimsy of his character. There have been many brilliant Dumbledore minifigures created in future years, but this one still takes the cake for me. Rounding out the set are a couple of small side builds. The first is a rodent trap that is activated by pulling on this Technic pin. And finally, Hagrid is given a small cart to aid him in his gamekeeping duties. This is a set I expected to be far more critical of as an adult, but having it in my possession now really emphasized just how good of a set it really was, and still is. Taking the number 4 spot is set number 4714, Gringotts Bank. Released in early 2002 for $30, this set may not be particularly movie accurate, but its playability is very impressive. As with many of this wave's sets, the exterior is not exactly elaborate or complete feeling, but the 2 printed bricks displaying the bank's name are still probably the best we've gotten to this day. Highlighting the emphasis on play, the whole front desk assembly can be lifted out for easier access. My favorite part of the set, however, is the minecart and vault. Somehow, this tiny cart fits 3 minifigures on top and is easily propelled using this hinge mechanism. I don't care who you are, that's a fun play feature, and even conceals some secrets underneath. The vault, which can be interchangeably used as either Harry's vault or the vault containing the Sorcerer's Stone, is an elegantly simple build with plenty of room to store heaps of treasure. The 4 minifigs included are Harry, in his casual clothes again, Hagrid, and 2 set-exclusive goblins. The first goblin dons a red jacket and vest, and the next wears a black jacket and blue vest. Where there are goblins, there is money, and this set includes gobs of it in the form of 4 money bag tiles and 12 gold coins, some of which is hidden where you'd least expect. At number 3 is set number 4706, The Forbidden Corridor. Originally retailing for $30, I can confidently say that this is the best version of this scene we've ever gotten in LEGO form. Every inch of this set is utilized perfectly, and it makes it so easy to reenact the action from the story. This spiral staircase leading up to the corridor is simultaneously one of the best and worst features of this set. In a static state, it looks great and is perfect for posing minifigures, but when you move the set even a little, things kinda fall apart, literally. Overlooking that, however, when you open the door to the corridor, you're greeted by none other than Fluffy, the three-headed dog. This charming mold, reminiscent of the early dragon and dinosaur molds, brings this canine guardian to life perfectly, while still looking and feeling like Lego. He may look dangerous, but a quick song on the included flute will lull him to sleep. Notably, this is not a harp as seen in the movie, suggesting that Lego wasn't getting all the memos from the film production. Once Fluffy is peacefully snoozing, our heroes are beckoned into the next trap, the Devil's Snare. Putting your minifigure in the clutches of this beast of a plant makes the situation about as dire as it could be. What a perfect play feature. A quick shot from Hermione's included trans blue flame will free our heroes from its grasp. The minifigs included here are Ron and Harry in their regular house robes, as well as, surprisingly, the first instance we've seen of Hermione in her Gryffindor robes. Though an updated version of this set has been produced, in my opinion, it pales in comparison to this original set. The runner-up is set number 4705, Snape's Class. Selling for $20 in 2001, this is the very first Harry Potter set I personally owned as a kid, and it remains one of my favorites. The dark, drab color scheme reflects the classroom's location in the Hogwarts dungeons, but is highlighted with a number of colorful magical accessories. There is just so much childlike charm and ghoulishness crammed into this brilliant little set. Perhaps the most unpleasant surprise lies behind the potion shelf, which folds down to reveal Peeves? Yes, you've got that right. Peeves, the mischievous poltergeist, is included in this set, which is evidence of yet another missed memo from the film production. He's honestly a bit on the generic side, but I'm guessing the Lego designers didn't have much to go on. I just love that he's here, and it's a humorous little oddity that makes this set all the more special. The other minifigs included are the standard Ron and the potions master himself, Severus Snape. I unironically love this minifigure. The choice to give him a glow-in-the-dark head is often a point of ridicule, but honestly I think it matches his character to a T. Much like Dumbledore, this version of Snape feels like he jumped right out of my own imagined version from the books, and to me, he's perfect. The macabre and colorful elements of the set combine splendidly to make this set a true standout in the early days of the theme. And at number 1 is set number 4709, Hogwarts Castle. Originally on shelves for $90 US, this set is the flagship of the first wave, and really is a knockout, both inside and out. LEGO's many years of castle building experience really paid off here in a set that captures both the look of the films and the whimsy of the novels. The iconic Great Hall is brought to life beautifully here, even if the cardstock roof pieces didn't age quite as well as the rest of it. Inside, you'll find the famous floating candlesticks and a house banner that can be interchanged between Gryffindor and Slytherin, which are the only two houses at Hogwarts. Okay, calm down, I'm a Ravenclaw. Rounding out the Great Hall is a clever hiding place for our favorite poltergeist and Dumbledore's headmaster chair, hiding a few secrets underneath. The tower section contains all sorts of magical play features, a lot of them fairly nonsensical, which matches the more childlike spirit of the early Harry Potter books. Finally, the boathouse, complete with a small rowboat, gives you everything you need to reenact the epic first approach to Hogwarts. The included minifigs are all familiar to us now, apart from the ghostly Knight of Gryffindor, who stands guard in his tower. This set is not only a great set for the time, it's still a great set now, and it's everything I could have wanted as a kid. I hope you enjoyed this journey back to the beginnings of the LEGO Wizarding World. If you'd like to see more great episodes of Retro LEGO, click on the playlist on your screen. And until we next return to the world of LEGO Harry Potter, I'll see you out there in the Muggle world.